There is a place that many of us call the happiest place on earth. A place that faithfully provides you with the impression of being an integral part of its own story, leaving you with emotions that other places can only dream of conjuring. And dream we will. It is a place people from all over the world travel to just to get a taste of that magical sentiment. And now, it's a place we can only access through our memories. It's a place many of us are unable to return to for a very, very long time. How does one cope with the reality of losing control of your fondest pastime? For today's episode, I will summon a longtime patron of the happiest place on earth. A woman who truly transcends the definition of a Disneyland devotee. Please welcome Aimee Nelson. Aimee, why is Disneyland so precious to you?
Well, just as any 90s kid or any kid in general, I grew up watching Disney movies and Disney Channel. But surprisingly enough, I never went to Disneyland until I was 25. And so it was kind of a different experience for me because I appreciated the stories growing up, but I didn't really experience Disneyland until I was an adult. And so it kind of hit me really hard. That's why it's special to me. And that's why I'm kind of obsessed.
As someone who lives in Hawaii, how do you make this long-distance relationship work?
I like how you call it a long distance relationship because it very much is so. So I actually started my Magically Aimee Disney account because after my second trip to Disney, I had discovered all these small shops that sell like Disney inspired accessories and shirts and things like that. And then I found this whole Disney Instagram community and I was like, oh my goodness, like this is my way to like have Disney at home or Disney online, I guess, if I can't be at the parks all the time. Like me knowing that I'm only going to go once or twice a year, it's something that when I'm having Disney withdrawals, I can I can look through photos of people who are at the parks or people who are living Disney at home. And it's actually very relevant now because me not being able to go to the parks is normal for me. So it hasn't really changed my, I guess, creativity or my experience with the Disney Instagram community.
Fun fact time! Throughout history, Disneyland has only closed unexpectedly 3 times. It was closed for the National Day of Mourning after John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, and the devastating Northridge earthquake in 1994. Also, it was closed on September 11, 2001. Now, Aimee, what was going through your head when it was announced in March that Disneyland was going to close temporarily in response to the novel coronavirus?
I think at the start of the COVID pandemic, I think it was early March, like we knew what was going on around the world, but as far as in the States, in America, we didn't think it was really going to affect us. And so I was kind of one of those non-believers, I guess, like, oh, it's not going to affect us. Like, I'm going to be careful, or I'm going to hope my friends that are in international overseas are going to, be careful. And it's very real, but I didn't think it was going to affect me personally. And so I think it was mid-March is when it really started to hit the States and it was getting very serious. And I was like, okay, maybe I should be a little worried. And then when Disney announced that they were closing the parks, I was like, okay, this is real. Because when Disney announces something, when Disney closes, which like you said, never happens, only for extreme circumstances, I realized, okay, this is a real thing. And I'm going to start being very serious about this now because Disney, is a large company. It's within all of our lives. Like we live it, we breathe it, even if we don't think about it. And we have this trust for this company because we grew up with it. And so I kind of took that as I was very shocked. My initial reaction was like, okay, I don't think they're going to close because it's not really in the States, but it's here now and I'm going to listen to the rules. I'm going to trust everything Disney does. I agreed with their closure and it's sad, but it'll be there. It'll always be there. They're not going to close for good. It's always going to be there. And so I'm just looking forward to the day that we all get to go back.
Now, some folks would consider that a first world problem, but if you think about it, the Earth is the third planet from the sun, so technically all of our problems are third world problems. Am I right? Now, without access to the happiest place on Earth, how have you been redirecting your creativity and love for Disney?
I actually took this opportunity of the stay-at-home order to actually be more creative and do all the things that I had on my list to do, but I never got a chance to do. And so it's actually really good for me because now I'm doing things like song covers, ukulele covers. I did a couple dance videos. I collaborated with a few Disney creators. We did like this past the ears video. It was really cute. And so it was a good way actually for me to really get to know and really connect with a lot of these people in the Disney Instagram community. I mean, I always, chatted with them every now and then before the pandemic, but I guess the pandemic now kind of forced everyone to okay, we really need to stay connected online because even if we do live nearby, we can't see each other.
Fascinating.
I really did take the most of it, I think, creativity wise. And it's something that post pandemic, I still hope to continue to do.
When would you feel comfortable going back again?
I've already kind of accepted the fact that I won't be back for another year or two, regardless of when they decide to open. There are definitely ways to cure Disney withdrawals, and that's through baking or finding recipes for your favorite Disney treats. If you don't have Disney Plus, what are you even doing? There's so much content out there, like not just Disney Plus, but everywhere. I can't keep up, even during a stay-at-home order. I can't keep up. And so Disney Plus, Disney recipes, Disney Bound. I dress up as my favorite characters using their color scheme. That's what Disney Bounding is. And I do that kind of on a regular, even if no one notices. I notice it and I feel that Disney character. I feel that Disney magic, and so it makes me happy. And I'll take a picture to commemorate it, I guess. But otherwise, I do it for me, and I do it because it helps me remember the magic and feel the magic, even if I can't be at the parks. And that goes for all year round. Like no matter what's going on in the world. Like if you don't live near a Disney park, it doesn't mean you can't be a hardcore fan. I mean, obviously, like I live in Hawaii, an ocean away, and I can still spread that Disney magic.
Yes, while we don't know for certain when the happiest place on Earth will resume back to its full glory, we can all follow Aimee's example by adapting to the new paranormal. My friends, I must ghost you for now. Until next time, goodbye.